We saw the emotions come out, certainly in the last game. Is it hard at times because of what's at stake at the moment and where you are in the top of the table? Do you feel it's kind of hard to control the emotions a bit
For
more?
me, it's not about where you are, it's about how you take the game. I always been like that. I always want to win, and I want to do the best for our players to win the match. And sometimes you get frustrated, sometimes you think it's not the right call, and you leave the game that way. And we ask our players as well to leave the game with that passion, and our fans to leave the game with that passion. And this league is getting more and more intense, so it's, I think, a consequence of a lot of things.
You've made it more intense, though, in some respects, because you are absolutely challenging for it. And perhaps, a couple of years ago, 2019, you had this idea, didn't you? You came here with kind of this 5-year plan. I was interested to see that you kind of expected the first few years to be a bit hit and miss, but this was the year that you kind of said that you'd kick on, and you have.
Yeah, but obviously the 2 years before, obviously we had the pandemic. We had no crowds, and to build something like, I believe it was necessary, and to create a very clear identity and a team that was so connected to its people, it was impossible to do it, and that was lacking, and I could feel that was a big part of what was missing. Obviously recruitment, the time that we have spent together has played a big part on that, but that was a big thing for me.
How proud are you of what you've achieved, in terms of that recruitment? Because I was looking back at the teams, and I think everyone on the pitch, and maybe bar one, is everyone from the academy and everyone that you've brought in. How proud does that make you feel?
Very proud, but that's merit to the players, the academy players that have done exceptionally well. We have given them the opportunity as a club, yes, but they have taken that in a big way, and I'm very rare to see so many young players playing at this level together. And then recruitment, the club has given me the support that we always need to be very specific in the type of player that we want to recruit, and then the people, obviously, that unity that you perceive around the club that makes you proud.
And are you able now to really pinpoint players then? Is that where you're at? Because I think if you look at the way a really good club is run, it's always like the odd 1 or 2 players coming in, isn't it? When clubs buy masses of players, it doesn't tend to work.
I don't know we are there yet,
Okay.
because we have still a squad that has a lot of demands, but we have tried to certainly get the profiles and the players that we wanted. 1 or 2, I don't think it's been the case in the last year, because we have taken 8 and 10 out as well, which is a lot, so the turnover has been really, really big, and but now we have to be, very disciplined as well with our way of recruiting, and as well improving, obviously, the players that we have here.
Whereabouts are you in terms of fitness? I mean, Gabriel Jesus is obviously a huge loss for you at the moment, but how good would it be to have him sort of come back for those last few months when you probably really need him?
Hopefully we'll have him back.
Yeah.
Obviously it was a serious injury, a bit longer than we expected it. He's going to try to do everything he can to make it shorter, but we're going to miss him for a while. The good news is that another academy player like Eddie, that has been very patient, has been working hard, and has been evolving in the way that we wanted, now he has the opportunity to show he can do, and he certainly is.
How do you feel about the title at the moment? Because everyone's talking about it. Are you annoyed by the fact that some people think, Arsenal can't do it, they can't go all the way, they've got the 5 points, but City will come back, or actually does that take the pressure off you? Do you quite like that dialogue?
No, I love to win.
Yeah.
And when I see the trophy, I want the trophy. That's it. And I want to win the next match, and that's my only focus. What is going to take us closer to the trophy, further to the close, is how well we do things and how well we play. We merit to win games. We are better than the opponent or not, and in order to do that, we have to rely on what we do and try to control. And if you are better than the opponent, great. If the opponent is better than you have to improve.
How will you compare yourself at the weekend? You've got Antonio Conte, who goes to the same kind of media managers lessons. You all play it down, and I get that. You want to play it down, but he's sort of saying that they're perhaps not in the title race. Where do you think they are? Are they?
I don't know. What I can say is that they're a phenomenal team. I think the collective organization is one of the best in the league for sure. They have the individual players to win you matches week after week, and it's a tough place to go there, and we know that, and we are conscious of that, but at the same time we want to take the opportunity that we have ahead of us to go there and win the game.
How do you think they'll set up? Do you think they'll try to frustrate you a bit like Newcastle did, you know?
For me, it's not about a frustration. I think every team has its tactics and they play in their strengths, you know, and they try to obviously take you to your weaknesses or try to get the game somewhere, like we are going to try to do with what they do. I think this is what you face every single day.
And obviously they've got Harry Kane, who's I think 1 goal away from Jimmy Greaves' all-time record. He's going to want to get it home stadium against you lot. Is he the man to stop for you guys?
There is a few to stop. Again, the collective organization is something that you really need to stop against them, because they are really well run on that, and then they have 3-4 players that they have the individual capacity to unlock the door any minute.
Yeah.
So you have to be very aware of that.
Just finally, manager of the month, player of the month. It's a good time for you lot at the moment.
It is a really good time, and thank you so much, and we really appreciate that people value what we do, but in football is tomorrow and the next day and the next day, so let's keep going.